It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got the two teams who met in Super Bowl 22. It's the Denver Broncos and the Washington Commanders. Coming up next.
We are approximately 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, Commanders Field in Landover, Maryland. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and as we look at this matchup, every time there's something different to focus on. So I'll just ask you, what do you see here in this one?
Well, Rembrandt, you've given me a pretty blank canvas to focus on, haven't you?
Yeah.
Where do you think I'm going to go with this?
Secondary?
You know me well, right? In a game like this, it's always about the secondary. Can they handle the passing attack and make a few plays?
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he's able to get this all the way to the 40 before going out of bounds. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
Every quarterback in the NFL has a little bit of his own signature style out there, but for this guy, he really plays the game in a different way. It's led to a couple double takes from us up here as we see him as something truly unique. It's not that he's just the strongest passer or the best athlete to ever play the position. He just has a certain way of seeing the action, and it allows him to make some special plays out there.
Out of the gun is Rippon. And right away, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I will guarantee you that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play one there?
No, that was never in the script because they want to have good memories when they go into a ball game, not something that could have gone wrong.
So now here are the Broncos with excellent field position to start off. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And so often when you've stolen a possession, as they just did there.
On the first play,
picking up the fumble, the natural inclination is to attack, go after them big. Sometimes what you just want to do is put the ball in the hands of one of your best players and one of their favorite plays and establish your dominance that way.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, it's Elway. Quick completion here to Johnson. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Encroachment, defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. On the ground is Rivers. And the Broncos are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets him down to about the 4-yard line.
Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone.
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Broncos use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Now the try here for the extra point. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2.
They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10.
From the gun, Rippon.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And this one is incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Rippon to pass. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 40. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. To throw it is Rippon. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Now they run the option on 2nd down. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Here's Rippon. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a first down.
They're going to go play action here with Rippon. Got his man. It's Warren. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Now a 2nd and 6. And now whistles and a flag. And I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error.
Still
Stay alert,
down.
don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on 2nd down. Now Rippon. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Rippon looks to throw it again. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw here. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They're going to look to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders.
From 6 yards away.
And the Commanders are an extra point away from drawing level.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack in the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll run it here with Rivers.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, second down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Second down and 8.
Play action. It's Elway.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
I think a lot of time when we see a sack, you say, well, you blame it on the offensive line, the quarterback, but here, maybe you just tip your hat to the defender. What a play.
Yeah, and I think sometimes they just get a sense of the play before the ball's even snapped. Kind of like a sprinter anticipating the gun in a race. They're off, and guess what? The quarterback's down.
A tough spot here, 3rd and 15.
And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag.
Ball start, offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Elway. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just one first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Defense.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Still first down.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty.
On the run, it's Warren.
And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Call it a gain of a couple there, as it'll leave him with a 2nd and just 3.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10, so now they can keep grinding out first downs and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And very little daylight there. They'll get a couple up to the 44. 7-7, our score after 1.
Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football.
That is caught,
and he works 3. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
2nd and 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. They'll look to throw.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there.
And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows a defense to tighten up their coverage, and they pick that one off.
After the interception, here's Elway. Throw left side, complete to Sharp. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches.
Now Elway to throw.
Got a man right side. It's Sharp. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action. Elway. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Elway. That's complete to Sharp. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 22-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
To throw is Elway. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Elway will throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Here's Elway. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to give that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
They fake the give. Now Elway. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Again, it's Elway. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
Third and goal. Elway being chased. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos have taken the lead. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sanders. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Ripping to pass. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Here's Elway to throw. He'll hit Jackson complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Now a handoff up the middle. Green. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Didn't go their way, did it?
Now defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now it's Elway.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
From the gun, it's Elway. Under pressure, and down he goes. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now a first carry for their fullback. And not much room to operate as they'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves them with 14 yards still to go on 3rd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 33. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. A give to the fullback on the dive. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And there's the pickup you want on 1st down. All offenses say, you get me 4 on 1st down, we'll take it. How about if you get 5? They'll really be happy.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Now it's Elway. Over the middle, Sharp's got it complete. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
They've looked his way quite a bit, and in my estimation, as well they should.
Well, that's now 5 catches in this first half alone.
And he picks up another 1st down. He's been an important part of their offense here early.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag.
Ball start. Offense.
Not easy being a rookie left tackle in this league, and there they got him for the penalty.
Not easy at all. Think about what you're dealing with every game you play. Ostensibly, the best pass rusher is over you on every snap. I'd be a little jumpy myself.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. It's their quarterback with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
If you're going to play quarterback in the NFL, you've got to have great vision, and you've got to remain calm when things break down in the pocket. Both of those traits are on display there. He surveys the situation, sees the middle of the field open, so he's just going to step up and take it himself. Very well done there.
A try here for the extra point.
It's good, and it is now 21-7. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And a Washington offense heading out. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
To throw it is Rippon. Throw left side complete. That's Sanders. And he goes out right around the 39. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's Rippon. His throw incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now Rippon.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Back to throw again. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts
as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Rippon.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. Elway. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground.
And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
For Marshall, that's complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for
Neutral zone
jumping.
infraction, defense.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Still first down.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5.
Alert! Alert! Check! Check!
Up the middle they go. Green. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it, because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 4.
Operating from the gun. Elway. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. Elway. And this is going to be incomplete. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
And the Washington offense going back to work. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get
to the right side and intercepted.
And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time, and that's another great play to come away with the football.
And Denver getting set to take the field.
And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10.
After the interception, here's Elway. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down. Play action. It's Elway. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
Ready, go.
Now Elway to throw. That is caught by Sharp. Touchdown, Broncos. From 17 yards out.
And the Broncos take a 3-touchdown lead.
And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Extra point forthcoming. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Commanders' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest, and this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick six, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Back onto the field now, the Commanders' offense. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
They run a draw here on second down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
No luck whatsoever there on the draw.
Yeah, they're supposed to use their aggressiveness against them. That was the hope. But maybe they had too big of a meal last night. A half step slow, and he ends up running right into the meat of the defense.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
So that's complete to Sanders. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They're just looking to do more of the same. They were good in the first half. They've extended their lead so far here in the second half. I don't know, they're just looking good on hitting on all cylinders right now.
And sometimes that means a head coach who really has a finger on the pulse of a team May not have anything to say at all. May tell the rest of the coaches
up a little bit.
Just back it off a little bit. This team has it under control. I remember hearing about Bob Knight years ago in basketball, getting ready to give the final speech before the gold medal game in '84. And on the board, Michael Jordan had written, "Coach, after all we've been through, there's no way we're losing tonight." He didn't even give a pregame speech.
Wow, interesting. Well, right now, no speech is needed. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Elway. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Ready.
To throw is Elway. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Elway. That's going to be caught by Rivers. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That's taken on the 25. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
This to the sideline and over everybody. Incomplete. No flags forthcoming, though. Maybe a break there. That looked like a clear throwaway to me.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. He'll look to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Off the play fake, Elway. He gets it complete to Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards, the final tally.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Here's Rivers. And good work there in open space, and he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
So they go pass, now they go run, and 2 plays resulting in really nice pickups.
Certainly sounds like a 50-50 deal, doesn't it? Sounds like great balance. Well, you know what all those coaches have told us over the years, Brandon, that balance is? It means doing what you want to when you want to. That play calling is working very well for them right now.
He gets this one to Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the shotgun, Elway. He's got his man Sharp complete. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Now 2nd and 3.
Elway will throw. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now a handoff up the middle. Green. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this
Neutral zone
against?
infraction, defense.
A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Still 1st down.
So it's still 1st and goal, but now they get to try from a bit closer. Here's Elway. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Rivers going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk.
They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Still 3rd down.
The ball placed just outside of the end zone as they come up again on another 3rd and goal. Here's Elway to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Boy, such a good drive. You'd hate to have it end in 3. Do you think about going for it?
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that they've moved the ball so well should lead you to the decision that maybe we should go for it right here. Also, as a head coach, show some confidence in your team. Let them know you think they can go get it.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
I got to think at this point, third quarter, if you're able to hold on to the ball, get 3 at the end, that's all you're looking for.
I would agree with that because right now, this is a job well done by them. In fact, it's almost time for handshakes, a little dap on the sidelines, maybe even start to discuss post-game plans. And for the guys who haven't played yet, go ahead and get loose. Your time is now.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Washington offense set to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
63 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Seemed like they picked an excellent time there, Charles, to go with the draw play.
They certainly did. Caught him a little over-eager trying to get into the backfield and get to the quarterback. They used their speed and their aggressiveness against them, didn't they?
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field, but his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd down and 4.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still 2nd down.
Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9. Ripping to pass. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. That is caught. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 34-yard line. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now at Commander's Field.
And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup at 13 sets them up first and goal.
Defensively, with this lead in the fourth quarter, I guess you can allow a run of that magnitude.
You're right about that, but really the focus has got to be don't fall in love with the idea that you're getting big runs now. You're right. They're actually being allowed. They've got to think really hard about getting some chunk plays through the air, too.
On first and goal, they'll try the option left. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That second down play nets a -4.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. And now can they reverse the trend on third and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. Fourth down now after a loss of 2.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on fourth and goal. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown of the night. And the Commanders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Wow, talk about a big fourth down conversion for the score defensively. How do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense and you give them credit for going for it and having that kind of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes. And he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Up the middle here, it's Lewis. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth quarter stop?
They run with Rivers.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Give him 9 on the carry, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line.
The Commanders' offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their defense was able to force the punt a moment ago, but that's really the first of about 8 steps that need to go right for them to get back in this as they start here 1st and 10. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
To throw again is Rippon. And his throw's going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Here's Rippon. And a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Denver's offense now set to go. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Green. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 11. Now it's Elway. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Offensively lucky there, able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. They had no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. To throw it is Rippon. Throw out wide is incomplete. Now defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Now Rippon. The Sanders has got it complete. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating.
Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. 70 yards. And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
So the Broncos coming out now.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
Yeah, he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Elway. That's caught by Jackson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Here comes 3rd down and 7.
Ready.
Now it's Elway. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down.
Defense.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture as now they've got a 1st and 10. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Fourth quarter, holding on to a lead. Fullback carry, 3 or 4 yards. I guess that's what you're looking for.
And it just brings back memories for me because I remember my coaches in this situation. I remember one time my head coach into his headset telling the offensive coordinator, I want the big boy carrying the ball. And that's what you have in this spot. Him covering up on the ball, taking care of it, and grinding out yardage.
They have 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Back to throw.
Elway. All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Rippin.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great move by Montgomery.
And the Broncos are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
The Broncos are about set to go on offense.
And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now a give right side. It's Green. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Now the Commanders going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts,
as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Green. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Now a handoff up the middle. Green.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, it's Green, and he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Washington, thanks for watching, and good night, everybody.